I call it paper pleasing when someone looks at the script and they say, oh, the writer wrote that I should cry here, so I'm going to cry here. The
Mm,
writer says angrily, so I'm going to be angry here. And the great actors, they go after a purpose, the objectives, because objectives are all about telling the story, which is we're telling a story with the writer, director, actor, we're telling the same story. But
yeah.
sometimes, how do I find my overall objective? It's like, what is the script's overall objective? It will give you some clues on that.
Mm,
Um, with the forward motion of all that, what happens is that we want to evolve, change, grow, find catharsis and resolution and things. But this is what all those things, our traumas, our dramas, and our insecurities and our issues that we have that are based on our childhood realities are what makes a star is dynamic performances, and dynamic performances can only come from saying, I'm going to win my objective in spite of and because of all the bad things that have happened to me.
mm,
That's why it's so effective, because most people find their way to be sabotagers and self-destructive from the exact same places. So when your audiences watch an actor or a writer, because I work with writers and directors, watch a piece that's making you feel like, well, those characters are going through the same thing that I'm going through, yet they're doing something and growing and finding catharsis and there's resolution from it. So maybe so can I. And you're giving an audience
yeah.
hope that they can find some version of resolution in whatever it is that's like really what they're struggling with. And what's cool about this technique too is it's based in psychology, it's based in science, the science of psychology, the science of behavioral science, and cultural anthropology, which is the history of why people do what they do, of history of culture, right?
Hmm.
So we're just taking this, all these sciences and say, this is what we're trying to recreate real human behavior. Well, we can't do it from doing airy fairy stuff. We got to go to the psychology of what makes us do what we do, both when we're being, in all the things, whether we kill, why we kill somebody, why, in terms of the character, not why
Hmm.
this is not a show for killers.
Yeah. It's not a crime series, right?
I was like, this is why people do this. No, this is why actors have to get and explore the
Yeah.
psyche of why. Because when a killer kills, they're trying to solve something, some childhood abuse or someone who they felt that was hurtful to someone that they loved when they were growing up, and they couldn't do anything about it when they were kids. So they can as adults. So finding the purpose of even the most evil behaviors and saying, well, there's a solving point to it all. There's something that's helping the character slash the human being that you're duplicating. They're doing it for a righteous reason. So we, again, as an audience, we're not looking at cliches, because we don't need to see cliches. If I always say that if we didn't need the actor to take their own personal stuff and to plump it out to bring their quirks and their idiosyncrasies and their weirdnesses to the part that make it special and unique, then we just put the script on the screen and say, let people read it, because they're
Yeah.
gonna have the same ideas you do if you're just going to just supply what it is that's on the paper. Like people pleasing and paper pleasing, same concept, never works.